We are back. It is Roll Out Live with Speedy and Friends. I'll be
Speedy.
Whatever.
Y'all be
The Friends.
Drop. Oh.
up in this
Biatch.
biatch.
This is Biatch.
Just in case you just tuned in the house we got.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Dejan Monique, a.k.a. The People's Baby Mama.
AKA the long leg of the heifer.
We'll
The
tap
long
dance
way.
on your heart.
Will you?
Them size 12 shoes.
Lightly.
John?
I'm a size 11.
Oh, yeah. That's
So
a lot
stop.
smaller. That's a lot smaller.
I was at the ballpark. Goddammit.
Take my Jordans off, then. And the house we got.
I'm going to change it now. The OG Soul Train cutty at Nikki Pam.
Okay.
All
Throw
right.
Soul Train in there, yeah.
Like when
She
you-
wears a 9.5.
No, 10.
like when motherfucker say some shit and they start agreeing with themselves. Yeah.
I like that. I'm working on it for a while now.
It's funny to me that Marc Howard can look at a woman's feet and call out her shoe size. Like, that's crazy.
That's
that a
his
special
gift,
talent, boy?
his
Right.
gift and his curse.
It's a gift in the curse.
Are you a size 7, baby?
That's
like-
his go-to, nigga.
He just worked at the Foot Locker, that's all.
Is there any correlation between women's shoe size and anything else on them?
No.
No?
Mark?
No correlation, Mark?
They all got big mouths.
Okay. Big feet, big mouths. I can see
They all
that.
talk shit.
Talk too much.
Small feet, big mouths.
Shut the fuck up. In the house we got.
Mark Howard representing shoes, feet, and all things.
And
to
eyes.
And everything
And
in
eyes.
between.
And
Sexy eyes.
A lot of fluff in between. At the marble table, the one, the only, the honorable.
Shalom to the people.
No, we only do
Oh,
it. You
my
ask
bad,
me at
nigga.
every show.
Yeah, Nick Pound. What's going on? It's only at the beginning. It's very anti-Semitic.
And,
You guys are doing that.
and we try to make it sound even more fucking.
You got to do those motorcycle rams.
I was like, wrong key. Gosh. I was like, what song is that?
She gonna be like, I don't even want to do that no more.
What do you want to do?
Window way.
But you hit the same note every time.
Well, at least I'm in key of myself.
Car key, maybe. It is my bad Monday.
My bad Monday.
Should be
Monday
happening over the
Madness,
weekend.
Speedy.
Who didn't say my bad?
Yeah, it's my bad Monday. Or Monday Madness, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But a lot of shit happened. A couple coaches, on the hot seat. At least one coach on the hot seat.
On the hot suspension.
Texas Tech, which is in Texas.
I think he did it backwards, didn't he?
Technically.
We were supposed to do that going. I know.
I'm going to write it out, Nicky Pam. I see it. You always wonder why is this necessary. Like, do y'all really need to write this out every Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
you do. Every show.
We need it.
Every
All
time.
right.
Yeah, it
You wrote
does.
the order.
Hold on, Mark, I got it.
fucked up.
No, hold on, Mark. I got it. It is Roll Out Live with Speedy and Friends, and I'll be.
Not doing this again.
I know. I'm like, for what?
Y'all be.
Look, now I'm ready to do it.
What size shoes you wear, Mark? 12. All right, cool.
Well,
It is now time for.
scrambled eggs and Pam.
Hey. I got to get your logo.
Scrambled eggs and Pam. I still have it, actually.
Hey.
Scrambled eggs and
You
Pam.
guys might do the sound. Oh.
Scrambled
Come on, man,
eggs
do it.
and
Break it down now.
You know you can't play much of it.
Body roll.
Hey.
Oh, my
Are you
bad.
trying to roll your titties?
Speedy, we,
He's rolling his titties out.
we shouldn't be doing the same dance, Speedy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Scrape the mayonnaise off your shirt, nigga.
This nigga like,
You done messed your Nino Brown outfit up.
not the Nino Brown.
Goddamn drink. It's now time for scrambled eggs and Pam. We haven't done that in such a long time.
Gosh, damn, I forgot about
For
it.
good, for good reason, too. No,
Shut up, Marcus.
I don't know why.
Marcus.
No,
Anyway, so.
Marcus.
he gets real sensitive and put the
Marcus.
K on the end.
Oh, really?
No, not
On the
K.
end.
No. Niggas
Oh, you
spell
and your
name-
feelings?
Yeah, niggas spell his name with a K. He's like,
No,
my
it's
man,
not
my man.
spelled
my
that
man.
way. It's spelled with a C. And it's not
They don't know
Marcus.
you like that, Mark. So they don't know.
I give people that.
Yes,
reprieve.
I-
Is your name Marcus or Mark?
No, it's Mark.
Just Mark?
M-A-R-C.
Not
That's it.
Marquise.
Yeah. Marquavius.
Right.
Previous, yeah.
If it was, it ain't no more. It's where you
Mark
get it.
Kente.
Mark
None of that.
Kente.
It's
It's
not
Mark
Marquise.
He said Mark Kente.
a hell of a name.
Give us free.
They go, is Kente your middle name? No, nigga. It's all
It's always just me.
a little hyphen in there.
Kente, cool.
Mark
My
Kente.
kid, they did say he
Apostrophe.
was going to come on soon.
Yeah, whatever. What you got for us? Oh, so for those the first time hearing the Scramble is a Pam.
Well, it's probably the same fans.
She just gives us some news that she has some highlight news.
You don't have a turnover in fan speed.
Right, it's not. It's probably the same ones. They know.
Hey, y'all, everybody throw $1 in, man. How many people
Where
in
we
there,
at? Only 84.
man? Okay.
That's right. A shameless beg. $1, everyone.
Well, Pam said 2, but I didn't know. All right, what you got, Pam?
Well, over the weekend, last night, or was it last night? Or was it Sunday night?
Saturday.
Pam.
Saturday night. Hey, man.
It was live Saturday.
Chris Rock had his live special.
Oh, yeah, watch it.
Now,
And-
really quick, Nikki Pam. I want to ask the comedians this: was that the first time a comedy special went live?
Yes, that's what they were
On
saying.
Netflix.
No, I mean,
Period.
I'm asking you guys.
No.
Yeah.
Ever?
They were
Be
saying
live
that was
for-
the first time ever.
Live
Somebody's
stream,
done a live comedy special in any form?
And if you didn't see it, which pisses me.
Well, I think the closest thing would be Comedy Aid, or was it
Comic Aid.
Comic Relief? Or something
Comic
like
Relief. That was
Relief.
with
Shout out to Chris Rock.
Whoopi
The
and
comedy version of Live Aid.
And so he flubbed one joke, and he said, "Oh shit, I fucked the joke up."
But he did say
had to go
it.
back.
Oh,
And he
live.
recovered it
Yeah,
up.
he
Yeah,
said
go back
the
and
other
fix it.
thing. But anyway, but what if you didn't see it live, you missed. I guess there was a pre skit and a Q&A at the end, which I'm mad I didn't see. I had to
see
know because when you go back and watch replay, it's not there, and I was like,
well,
I
it'll
want to
say
see.
not-
not-
YouTube
it'll say-
or
at
something.
the end it says not live. So
Yeah, so I wanted to see the.
It's gotta
Anyway,
be on
so
YouTube though, wouldn't it be on YouTube?
Yeah.
I looked it up and it really wasn't. So I'm assuming somebody's going to put it up. It wasn't as of this morning, and I was up at like 6 this morning. So
Well,
I tried
fuck
to
him. I
find-
don't want to see it then.
Who's on the round table? What'd you think, Mark?
I thought it was good, man. I'm a Chris Rock fan. I respect his comedy. Was it funny all the way through? No. But I mean, Chris has been in this game for a long time. No excuses, but you're doing so many specials. They're not going to hit the same.
Right.
But you can look at him as a comic and know he knows what he's doing on the stage. And don't get it twisted. I heard somebody mention that Chris has writers.
Yeah, they all do.
They all do it, and they have writers and they write stuff. So he's going to go with what he wants to, and it went the way he wanted to go. And I thought it was very, very well done, very masterful done. I'll give him credit on that tip.
Scale 1 to 10, what'd you think?
9.
Oh.
The other
Wow.
the other ones were 10.
I thought it was cool.
Well, where we were going around? How'd you?
Yeah, you give your opinion last, Pops. 'cause you-
It is his show, and you sit round. So
You
that's
go
Yeah, you
last.
go around. Nigga. This nigga just pre-cum today, ain't he?
No,
Right.
Nick said, or ask a comedian.
But you go last
he
because
didn't
you're
say
the
that.
anchor
Oh.
on this topic.
Go ahead.
Nikki's a commit. No,
No, I'm not. But no, okay.
fucked a
So
comedian?
I loved it. I thought one thing about Chris Rock. I think that he is a master of telling of a story in the joke. Jamie's like that. Speedy's like that sometimes, and
don't tell
I hate
no
to say that,
stories.
but yeah, but no, Speedy's like that.
Speedy don't tell no
He could tell a great story, and then it'll get into the joke, and you don't get bored. I feel like, and those people who are saying that he was down on black women, he mentioned 2
Such
black women,
bullshit.
Meghan Markle. Is she really?
that was my thing.
And
one and a
Jada
half black.
deserved it. Okay, and so my thing is, why are people all? It's 2 black women. He wasn't speaking about all black women. He has the right to do that as a comedian, and y'all wouldn't say that about Richard Pryor or Red Fox or anybody like that. So I feel like with this new Me Too or not Me Too or whatever the
Bullshit.
canceling environment they got going on or whatever, I feel like
Sensitive bitches, year.
they're trying to
Era.
bring down comedy. I do. They don't want you guys to be able to express yourself, and they're trying to monitor comedy, and I hate it. I just hate it.
People, baby mama?
What happened?
Did you watch it?
Long leg heifer. Go.
Did you watch the Chris Rock special?
I saw some clips of it on Instagram.
That means no.
I went out to dinner last night.
Oh.
But
Had it-
She's free right now, so she's not gonna do
Yeah,
anything.
dick
at home.
last
I'm gonna watch it tonight, though.
Big
But I saw
mistake.
some clips of it, and I saw that he was basically telling jokes about Will Smith, the whole Will Smith situation.
That was at the end. Yeah.
So, and he kept calling him a bitch or something like that. Kept calling him a bitch over and over and over and over again.
He is.
He was saying that everybody referred to him as a bitch for the red
But
table talk thing. Everyone did.
the pun of the joke was that he was
Yeah, he
calling.
went in.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Hold on. Hold your horses.
You're not.
Start the show. Hold on,
You
man.
get your
I
turn.
wanted to
You're
ask.
getting a
You get your
special.
turn.
You're getting a
Yeah,
special.
he don't even listen, Nicky
Lead
Pam.
in.
He just
I
be
know.
waiting for his turn. That's the bad part.
Yeah.
I know.
Um,
You one of those people.
I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, but I was interested to know what Nikki Pam thought about this. I thought it was pretty incredible for Netflix to do a live comedy
Yeah,
special,
I
right?
did too.
So I was thinking, like, do you think that's gonna start the end
Yes.
of cable television period? Like, because right now they're kind of neck and neck. Like, you can watch, certain shows on HBO and
True
Showtime
that.
Max, but the one thing they kind of separate now is this live comedy thing. That if they can keep this going, where you can watch live content, and
Well, the
I'ma tell
reason
you
they
what
don't, I think they don't do.
you don't
say
work
Nikki Pam.
you don't work in for HBO or anything. But go ahead, Pops. If you
Being
have
the
an-
network executive here,
that's why
I'm
I
saying,
geared the question towards you.
at the end of the day, it's going to buckle down to money and ratings. And it had if this does something that okay, let's even back that up. Netflix has been struggling or had been struggling because with Apple TV and,
Right.
and all the other streaming services. So they may have found that thing. Besides a live concert or whatever it is that HBO Max does, they may have found that thing that if they get the ratings and the numbers and subscribers or whatever it was, if that breaks any records, oh yeah, they will. It will be a trend.
Yeah,
It's so
looks
weird,
pretty good.
especially when you talk about that part of it. Like,
Oh, wait, Miss B. I'm
they're,
just kidding.
they're losing money. They may have, because the pandemic has pretty much subsided. It was
Subsided.
Subsided. So we
that
got-
too.
Some
A new word from the pandemic.
That they're not making as much money. It's like, goddamn, they still making a gang of money. But to answer the question, most of the time they don't do live because of you may have to go over something. You may not, the person may not get, like, he messed the lineup in that stand up.
Yeah,
But
he
he
did
went
that.
back and fixed it. But in actuality, had he done that and they record it, you could have fixed it right then and there. It's perfect. You're in and out. When you go live, sometimes you go over because sometimes somebody's in the bathroom too long, or the wardrobe had messed up, or the hair's not right, the color, whatever it is.
The lighting.
And you can't go over on television. You cannot go over. It's like you have our shows are actually 48 minutes.
But he didn't have any commercials.
44 to 42 to 44.
Yeah, so
But that's with commercials.
With commercials.
yeah, but I'm saying the actual running time is
The running time of the
44.
actual show.
That's content, right?
And the rest is commercials, and that's how they make their money. Yeah, I think Netflix can do, because they don't get commercials.
Yeah, they don't
You
subscription.
make money. Regular TV shows make the money off having the commercials, because the commercial says, "Well, I want to be on. We want that show. Oh, you want that show? Well, that show's
And
gonna
they buy a
cost you X
spot
amount
for
of dollars."
30 seconds or
as
a minute
opposed
or
to the Marc
15
Howard
seconds.
show. We got Marc Howard show.
My shows are cheap if you want to buy it. I'm taking money.
So that's the main reason why. And I think if you have a streaming service like that, that probably will be the next thing, because they probably did get more people to watch.
Oh, and
because it
sign
was
up and,
live.
and
Yeah.
subscribe, because again, like I said, there was that whole thing with the whole other streaming services that, they were losing. And then, Netflix is also not letting you share your passwords and stuff like that. But that was the big thing, and they were losing money on that, because at the end of the
They
day,
ain't losing no money. Them motherfuckers.
They just weren't gaining that money.
well, at the end of their businesses, and that
Damn, you know how
because
much money they was making?
it doesn't matter.
They want more.
They want more. That's the purpose
That's
of a
what I guess
business.
that's
You
what I
don't
meant.
cap out.
No, nobody's saying to cap out, but to sit there and go, "Oh, we're losing money." No, you're just not getting that overabundance money that you were
Right.
getting before.
Compare,
To go buy another yacht.
What it is,
Right.
if you
Well,
look
white
at,
people like
if
to
you
know
look
what
at,
it is.
let's say like Apple or whoever, the streaming service, so they're
Prime.
taking away from their bottom.
That's what they say, man. We don't know.
Speedy.
Speedy's very skeptical.
I wonder how many
Skeptical.
subscribers does Netflix have?
It's
Like that
it's a
they're
lot,
really
but
tripping
they
over
but they
me
lost.
sharing my password with my sister.
Yeah. Look,
But if your sister has to buy it, then they have more. If we could share up to 6 or whatever, 5 or 6 or whatever, and then now the extra 5 or 6 people have to buy it. So therefore,
But if
that's
I
how they
pay
make it
for
up.
the premium package on Netflix, I should be able to give my password to 1 or 2 people.
No, they
Well,
ain't gonna let you
premium
do that.
motherfucker.
You should
Right.
be, but they ain't gonna let you do it no more.
Yeah.
So we've transitioned away from the thoughts of the show to go into whether you should subscribe or pay for the shit. I don't like that part. Let's go back to Chris Rock, huh? Can we?
Well, I didn't watch the whole comedy show. That's why I didn't want to.
Did you watch any of it? Or?
I watched like the first 30 minutes of it. And he kind of he hinted at a few jokes about Will Smith, but you could tell he was saving
Building up.
He was saving the set. I'm not a huge fan of Chris Rock's delivery in comedy, like the tone he tells jokes in. But I thought this was the part that I did see. I thought it's one of his funnier stand-ups that I've seen. I thought it was well crafted. And I like the fact that it was live. And I think
Yeah, that blew my mind too because I
Right.
know live television. I have
Right.
worked and done it. I've done the Olympics. I've done a lot of stuff, and that stuff is not easy.
but
Trust me
you
to
could
get
tell
on
he was
air.
focused. Like, and that's what I think I liked about it. Like, I think for great artists, I think going live would just put more pressure on them and bring out the greatness in the artist, you know. And if whoever ain't built for it, you just
Or
want to
not.
see it live on TV, you know. But I think the ones who we're really going to appreciate all the artistry that they have going live. Like, remember when Prince did the Super Bowl?
Yes.
And it started raining?
Yeah.
Like, you can't make that
Yeah,
up.
you can't.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
remember when
that
even
shit was crazy.
who did a live something? It was it was New Year's Eve. Prince and Lenny Kravitz or whatever. Remember they did that live thing. It was 1999 going into 2000. I mean that live stuff is something about it. You know, it makes people want to like, oh, it's live. It makes you want to buy. It makes you want to see it that time. And again, if you didn't do it, you missed out on the extras. That was, you know.
And I think
Which
that,
I'm mad
yeah.
I did, but I wasn't home.
I think it'd be good for comedy. I think
it's a great.
I think
thing
it'd
for
be
comedy.
great to see like a Dave Chappelle or Jamie Foxx go live and how they, you know, have to interact with the audience and all that. I think it'd be dope. So
I think
Yeah,
so.
me too.
Oh, what you asked me? Okay.
Yeah,
would
Speedy.
you do a live special, Pop?
Yeah.
You would just go like
Oh,
hit start and
Come
whatever
on,
happened
man.
happens.
Whatever happened, happened.
That would be special too, Speedy.
I'm pretty good, Mark.
Yes. Just
if I
pretty
had to
good.
do 1 to 10, I gave it like 6.5, 7.
That seems more
That's kind of
from the
It
clips
was
that I saw.
Not low, because again, I just felt like the whole build-up was when you gonna talk about
Will
the
Smith.
slap.
but you
Yeah,
have 90 minutes.
Yeah, no.
So Speedy like, man, fuck all them jokes. Go ahead.
You want him to do it
Fuck
at the
Meghan
time?
Markle.
no.
Right. Fuck all, you know.
Fuck your daughters. I know that's cute. They graduate from college. Whatever. Get to the
Get
Will
to
Smith shit.
no, you
Get
gotta
to the
build
smack.
up. It's like
Yeah.
a song, you know.
Well, again, I just that was just me. I just felt like, okay, I know that's what you're gonna talk about. So why not? Open the show up, just go for it. Like, motherfucker, I know what y'all here for. You can go for it, and how you end the show, nobody matters. It's how I would have started, just me. I'd have started off with that first, because that's what
wouldn't.
people wanted to hear. Well, you're not a comedian.
No, but I'm a producer, so I wouldn't have done it.
But you know, that's interesting you said that, nigga Pan. 'Cause
Couple
as
of
I was
digs
listening,
there.
as I was watching it, right? So I understand. I agree with what my pops is saying as the person absorbing the information, right? Because now I got to sit through the rest of this just to hear what I want to hear. As a producer, though, obviously that's why you're
Yeah,
doing
you
it.
Yeah,
make
you
them
want
Right.
to you want to
Because
keep them there.
in case they don't like the rest of this,
Right.
Yeah.
I know what you came for, so let me drag that.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
So it makes sense how you have to balance it. But I was hoping that's probably why I stopped watching. I went to dinner, but I was hoping that he just jumped out the gate with the Will Smith thing and just let the cat out the
To
bag.
me,
And then
it's
get
the
to
elephant
jokes.
in the
But
room. It's like,
from a production,
I know
get
I
it.
got to do hour, whatever that amount of time I got
90
to do.
minutes.
And I would have just been like, okay, I know my other jokes is funny, and I know I can still 'cause
Engage.
Well,
Well, if you struggle with that, that's not my fault. I'm trying to help you.
you trying to help, right? So, I know as comedians, we want to leave on. I'm out.
Right.
You want to drop the mic. You want to do that. So I understood the whole slamming the mic on the ground and you stand there and wait for your applause. But again, people tune in to see what for sure you. Even though you may have seen him on the road. Now, if you saw him on the road already, that was the set he did on the road, and he did it the.
Yeah,
when
so
it-
it's not the same jokes, people, because people are saying, "Oh, he did the same." Well, no, he was working it. Isn't that what comedians do? Isn't that what you
Yeah,
guys
some-
do?
some you
You
keep,
work
some
it
you
out.
don't, yeah.
So,
you know.
Yeah, so it's in rhythm.
Because actually, they did show a part with him and was it it wasn't Seinfeld. What's his other little white friend that he did all the movies with? Anyway,
Louis C.K.
no, the other one, the one he did
They canceled him.
Oh, they sure did. Anyway, you could see that he had all the cards on the on a board or whatever, and it was a lot of cards or whatever. And then the couple of comedian friends was like, "Nope, not. You should take this one out. I think you should take it." And I loved seeing that part of it, and I wish people would understand that it is a you
Especially
just don't
for a
go up and just
special.
start saying shit.
Right.
Yeah,
It is thought out. It's
Because we do that.
There's a buildup.
Even before you get in the comedy club, we come up with a few ideas. Everybody, what jokes you want to do, what's the topics you want to go, how do you want to flow, and it has to be people that know how you tell your jokes. Because you hire comedians, but you're hiring a comic that knows your beats and how you say the jokes, so
rhythm
that
and
way they
cadence,
can
all
write
that.
it. Yeah, not the way they write the jokes.
Right.
But I gave it a 6, maybe a 7.
But let's say this,
and you
Speedy.
gave it a 9.
I think that's.
I said this,
about
Speedy,
right.
as a comic, and I talked about this, and I posted on my page, my video. But And you watched it. You saw it. I'm just getting
You
tired
the
of
only
this.
one.
I'm getting this
That's cool.
time.
As soon as I saw
Well,
your
no,
eyes,
no,
I went,
that was about that was 24 more. But, I like to keep my numbers low.
yeah, you don't like high
The
numbers.
build up. You want to build up to
I don't want to go viral.
I get it. I got
Loco,
it.
bitch. You stand loco.
So I'm saying as a comic though, man, they fucking with our game.
Yeah, they are.
They're in this shit trying to make everything so sensitive. Like I'm listening to people talking about he's attacking, like you said,
Black
you said it great.
women.
He's
I'm like,
attacking black women.
stop. They did not.
And I told you I was having a banter on Twitter with someone we know about that. What the fuck is he attacking black women for?
Not at
when
all.
when did y'all give a fuck about Meghan Markle?
Right. Never
Never gave a
did
shit
and
about
still
it.
don't.
And what did he say that was bad?
saying.
He said you don't know there's racism at the fucking in Buckingham Palace. There's
Yeah.
racism
How is that
online.
talking about black women? Like, I
Right.
don't get it.
So and she ain't really been identifying being black. you
No.
know, but everybody does it.
Until she learned when she got with them people that she was. It reminded her.
They'll let you know when you're a nigga.
Yeah, they
Right.
sure will.
If you get suspected of killing your wife and friend, but anyway, did I go OJ? Anyway, even he stayed white. But but the thing is that everybody's fair game to tell jokes. Nobody's trying to offend anybody. Offensive is not funny. And I said this a line that I learned listening to Eddie Murphy say this on Barbara Walters special. I don't know if he kind of changed from that, but I still follow under that thought. And I wasn't doing stand up then. She asked me, "You think you've done stuff you think your humor is offensive?" He said, "If it's funny, it's not offensive because you laugh. You're not offended by it. You're laughing at it." And so now, but I get it. Those people who were against Chris Rock and not Chris Rock fans or haters, they needed to make up anything about it. So now all of a sudden he's talking about black folks.
What you said is, I'm in Detroit. I never forget. First time I go to Detroit comedy club, guy in the front row, sweater, do the whole sweater vest thing. He was like, "Yo,
Swag it.
No, I didn't do that before I got to swag it. So I did the whole sweater vest thing, and he's like,
changed
"Yo,
it to swag
motherfucker." He said, "Nigga, this is Detroit, nigga. We don't play that shit." And silence goes over the crowd, like, "Ooh." And so in that moment, I know he upset. So I said, "Okay, my bad, dog. From now on, I'm just do my jokes." And I said, "From here, and back," and I did that like 16 times. And then once his friends start laughing after I did that, then we good,
Right?
Because now you know it's a joke. He wanted to make it personal, and sometimes people just hear shit and go, "Well, why would he say that about her?" And it's a fucking joke.
Right.
It's like people listen to the show and they may take what we say as, "Well, I wonder if Speedy meant that or Pam meant that," when it's pretty much a joke. We here to entertain.
Right.
And sometimes we'll say stuff on the show that as soon as we say it, we forget about it. We walk away and we go
Don't
do
even
our thing.
remember.
And
At all.
it's pretty much like you guys understand. Some of the fans understand that, hey, it's just a comedy show. But then other people go, "Well, why did he say that? Or why did she say that?"
Speaking of
It's
which, it's so
such
funny because
bullshit. But go ahead.
we had reactivated the
Seriously.
Rollout Show, one of the fan pages or whatever, and so something came up from 7 years ago, and it really tripped me out. And I was going through it. It was 7 years ago. Two people. They're not going to watch the show because we make too many gay jokes. Oh, that's gay. This is gay. Oh, this is a man code violation. And they said it offended them when we did that or whatever. Sitting there, Mr. Ray, and whoever laughing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So they were like, our jokes are just too offensive. So my thing is just don't listen.
Right.
Yeah, don't. But also too, you don't know us, because if you knew us and you listened to the show, you heard me a million times say, "I don't care if you're gay. I think
I live with a gay dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, my bad.
well, two.
Mark, you live with a gay dude? Anyway.
Dated one and, whatever.
So
I found out after.
but the people who don't know, everybody in this room do not care what you want to do. I think if you're gay, you should be able to live your life anyway. I think it's fucked up when different states have a law to keep people from being who they want. If your son or daughter identifies as being something else, let it rock. That's who they are.
Yeah,
And you
but
just love them
the
for who
jokes,
they are.
but the
But we're
jokes.
still gonna have jokes.
Yeah, it's two different things.
Yeah.
Like, we're not saying if we make a joke about the way Speedy's sipping through a straw in his smoothie is gay. It's not. You did sip. I meant to bring that up.
You sipped on the Cinnabon.
Yeah, you were drinking a smoothie here and you were sipping through your straw the whole time.
I also supposed to just knock it down or something.
You did have your cheeks all in.
You did. I was like, alrighty. Yeah.
So how's done, baby.
You always
that's how
chime
you
in
do
at
it.
the last minute.
Look.
You always throw dirt on the top.
Hey, look. Now that you got that little baby, you got to kill her.
Well,
But just so you guys know, and I think you're right about how now they want to take comedy and you want to make this like it's a terrible thing because he told a joke about this. It's a fucking joke.
Right.
We should be able to take a joke if it's a joke. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some people that say things that you go, "Dang, that wasn't no joke."
Right.
My mom
Right.
really dead.
But I'm saying you can tell if a motherfucker ain't telling a joke. You can tell if a guy tried a joke and missed.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, if you do a joke that's blue, as they call it, with the harsh language, and it miss, that shit miss ugly.
Yeah.
If a guy, I tell people if you're a clean comic, it doesn't matter if you're clean or not. That you're a better comic if your act is clean, not using profanity. I just say though, if a motherfucker is blue and the shit don't hit, it hits hard, and it could come off. It could come off sounding offensive,
Yeah.
but it's like one, we're gonna have to probably ruffle a few feathers to get through that shit. And if it missed, okay, my
But
bad.
again, like I said, nobody was so woke when it came to Richard
that
Pryor
word.
and all the
What is
shit
this
he
woke
said. Like that's the new
What
thing.
is that supposed to be?
It's the opposite of sleep. It's the best I got, Speed. I'm an old nigga like you, man.
I get it.
No,
You're not skinny. You're fat.
it's the opposite of fat. There you go. There you
No,
go.
but I mean, they are really literally and I'm gonna say I don't know who if it's the Republicans or the left, right wing or whoever, whatever wing, they are literally trying to kill comedy, and they do not want. And maybe it's too many black people making money that they feel we got to try to shut this shit down. But at the end of the day, stay woke and watch your back. That's what I'm just gonna say. Recognize
my
what's
thing is
really
I'm
going on.
I think
here.
it happened when what's that presidential thing they had where they actually telling jokes.
Oh, the
and
The
so-
roast.
Whatever
no, it's
that
not a
was,
roast. It's the president.
Whatever it was. And so
Can't remember
now
what it is,
it's
and I
Trump's
can't remember.
turn, and everybody's like,
And then he ain't-
we don't
yeah.
like this shit now.
Right.
Where everyone else before that, they
Got-
told jokes,
Well, it was
everybody
just
got
Trump-
ripped.
yeah,
they
the
knew
Trumpers.
this is just a joke. Now this motherfucker was in office. They was like, "Oh, we not doing that shit this year."
Good look,
No.
motherfuckers gonna say all true shit.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, and then
Right.
politics jokes are different because
Right,
mostly
right.
based off of true shit. But anyway,
It's
but otherwise, man, if you liked it, put it in the chat room. What number you give? If you had a chance to see it, hopefully we didn't.
Oh,
spoil
damn it.
it.
I would say, ad chat, put it to you. Still want real comics to be themselves,
Yeah.
art form, and let us live and let us either pass or fail with that, man. But
That's a
appreciate what
paragraph.
we're doing.
Nobody's gonna type that in the chat.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I understand if that's a lot of words you can't spell.
no,
but
I'm,
No, no,
I
no,
think the
no.
chat room
I don't think the chat room's gonna write a
excusing a
paragraph.
few people are intelligent enough to be able to express it in a short.
Well, you
enough
do it
sentence.
then.
Okay.
You put it in.
Yeah, you go ahead, type it.
Type it in then.
Type your essay in the chat.
Well, no, Jane Smith
I
is
don't know
saying
how to
no one
spell all
came
that.
Double
for Richard
space.
and other comedians because it's funny. No, they didn't come because it's a different time.
It's a different
now.
time. Would they come
We're
for
way
him now?
more sensitive
Nigga,
now.
When Eddie did the when he went to San Francisco, the motherfucker, woo, was nigga.
They did anyway.
No, but they would have really came for him.
Oh yeah, it's a whole different
Because he
thing.
was talking about how motherfuckers came from the delirious.
Yeah. So it's a whole different time, and we know that right now. Ever since Trump,
Everybody's sensitive.
everybody's
Everybody's
extra
sensitive.
sensitive. It's just too much.
extra.
Fucking
I can't.
joke. And then you got Karens, all the fucking
Oh yeah, you
Karens
got
in the
all
world.
that,
Yeah,
which was always happening, but again with social media now we're able to capture
it's
it.
projected.
But I think it comes a little bit from them not being able to say certain words that we told them they couldn't say. And they say, why? Because you can't say it,
But
motherfucker.
we beat your ass, nigga.
Period. And then we okay, then if we can't say it, then you can't do this, or you can't do that, or you can't talk about that person because they're gay. But if that gay person is laughing at a joke that they identify with, what's the problem?
right.
I mean, it's.
We're not saying kill all this.
I don't
Motherfuckers are too
understand-
sensitive, man. They're way too sensitive.
I don't
Right.
understand when it went from comedians. Comedians always have punched up. Comedians is never supposed to punch down.
Right.
So I don't know
Right.
when
I
it be.
I like that term.
I don't know
Right.
when it became that when comics tell a joke, now it's punching down. It's never been punching down. It's always been
You
punching
need
up.
to dissect that joke.
Yeah, exactly. Or you can't say this, or you can't talk about this particular group of people. Then what is the point of freedom of comedy, freedom of speech? That's
But you
all
know,
in the same
it's
thing.
when you said that made me think even deeper. People have taken
Impossible.
sides. People have taken sides for this, that, and the third. So now, if you're on this side, you're gonna holler about it. And
Right.
it gets, and I said, like somebody put up in the chat room, only a handful of people
You know how to
said
read?
that Chris Rock said that Chris Rock offended black women. But the fact is that shit was prevalent. That shit is what gets heard. And I
opposed to
know
the
it's
rest
more,
of it,
I know it's more than a handful, maybe a handful in the percentage tip, but still no, it's like where are we getting that shit from? Because it can influence other people to start thinking, yeah, it is. Or now
Right.
you're
Right.
thinking twice about what you're going to do, worrying about some
And I will say,
repercussion.
Will.
Or you got to go back and take back what you said, or go
I'm
through
not
all of that rigmarole.
But I think Will coming on that stage and slapping him did empower people to go, well, shit, nigga, I'm gonna just take shit. If the motherfucker talk about me, I'm gonna go on stage.
Yeah, don't do that,
I'm gonna
folks.
show him right then.
Don't do that,
because
please.
comics have been after the show was done. Someone's come up to them and said, "Well, hey man, I ain't like that joke you talked." Joe Torre. Joe Torre did a show here a long time ago at a comedy club, and he was talking about a dude, and dude wasn't taking it, and his mom he didn't know the guy's mom had passed away.
Remember what happened to you? Remember with Sabrina's
Sabrina.
baby daddy? Remember you had made the jokes about that he was older and he had
Oh,
a son.
that nigga was
and he
hot.
came up to you and he was
That
like,
nigga was hot as fish.
and
I was like,
huh? I don't know. You like to.
he said, yeah, let me talk to you for a second. I was like, what up?
And then he harassed me about it for a while. I'm like,
He was
you
an
do
older
know
dude. He had a younger girl. But,
Uh-huh,
so
and-
I
and
did a
had
whole
just
bunch
had
of
a
old,
kid.
Yeah, and I did a whole bunch of old niggas.
that he ain't gonna be here
You
to see him
fucking up my pussy,
graduate.
nigga.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So,
That's a funny joke.
but comics have always got after a show. Somebody said something, man. And
But now they're not going to wait till after. Now they just
think
going to come
they
up
just
in the
run
middle.
on stage, or they're going to protest while you're on stage, so the people don't see. I don't like. Why are you talking? Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Boo.
Now, I will tell you the funniest time I've seen a person handle an uncomfortable situation. Chris Thomas. Everybody know Chris Thomas, mayor of Rap City back then.
Oh God, yeah, I
Home
forgot
in
about
DC.
him.
He was in Atlantic City, and he's going around the tables, a few people, couples and stuff like that. And one brother was sitting by himself, and he said, "I said, brother, you sitting by yourself? You know what's going on?" He said, "Well, I was getting married, but my wife died." Motherfucker started crying and ran in the bathroom. And the bathroom was like behind the stage. And Chris looked, he turned around, and it was dead silent. He turned around and said, "Well, I didn't kill her." Nigga. Man, the dude
funny.
kind of went out crying, but he didn't make no big fuss about it. But that shit was like, oh boy.
Yeah, that's tough.
The epitome of playing it off and succeeding.
What else you got, Pam?
Well, I mean, not that this is celebrity news, but there was another train derailment Saturday in Ohio.
Another one?
Again, a second one, which is just like,
Okay, just so y'all know,
Golly.
the reason that these trains are derailing in those particular cities.
well, it's the same city though. That's the thing.
In those particular areas, that particular area, the money they had to fix the train tracks, the Republican
Yeah, Trump.
governor said,
And
"No,
Trump.
we don't need the money for that," and they moved the money somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so they never was able to
Fix the damn
fix
track.
whatever it needs to, so that wouldn't happen. So because these chemicals are coming through, so you got to make sure this is done. You got to make sure, and they have to be certain. You can't be too heavy. Mm-hmm. They was like, nah, fuck that. And whoever was
They'll be
paying,
all right.
they'll be all right. And then the shit flipped over. And so if you live in those states, you need to vote for shit that's gonna help you out.
In locally.
Yeah.
Not just,
And motherfuckers-
it ain't about just Trump and the presidential. You got
other shit going on
in your
And
neighborhood.
a lot of people
in
just
your
don't
hood or
understand that those things that were put there, they took them out, and they took out the money to make sure that if you had it, because they said, well, what if you have a train wreck? Well, then this is what we do: we make sure that the trains don't weigh over a certain amount, or the tracks are getting redone. If they have a crack in it, he was like, no, we don't need to pay for that shit. Put the
Well,
money
that
I'm
was
trying to wait
dumb.
for Nick to come back to talk about this John stuff. So I'm trying to
Did you see?
vamp. I'm trying to vamp
Whatever.
until he gets back.
He got a 50 game. He got a 50 piece. Nigga.
I'm wanting Nick
John
to come.
Morant.
Nicholas. So I'm trying to vamp until
50
he gets
games?
back.
50
So because I
games
know he's got a lot to
suspension,
say about it, but
Ooh.
I want to do
That
it, you
came out of
guys. But
nowhere.
I'm waiting.
Just text
Nick
me.
walked away.
Well,
Just text me.
see, but they did that shit with
text
Gilbert
me, where
Arenas.
you
They suspended him for 50 games.
All right, but we ain't heard from Arena since.
Right.
Well,
Because
that's
he
came
pulled the
back
gun.
over
Then
his
he put
knee
a
up.
gun on the player. Remember?
Well, he didn't pull a gun. He just set it down and said, "Pick one."
Same thing, nigga.
Well, he didn't have his hand.
Well, he didn't have his hand on it.
They gave him a 50 piece.
50 game suspension.
Damn, that just happened.
So he'll probably lose his Nike deal.
His endorsements.
He just got the Nike shoes. They just got released. And he's supposed to do something with Gatorade.
Well, okay. Until Nick gets back, why don't you guys explain to everybody what exactly happened and why he's in trouble and who he is for the non-sport lover.
John Morant was a basketball player.
Was wow, we already in the was
Right.
category.
He was about to be because if LeBron would have went on, well, he's hurt now. John Morant would have probably been the face of the league because he's a little guy who would jump out the gym. He got dog in him all day. He came from nothing.
What kind of dog? Pit bull, Chihuahua, terrier?
Hilarious.
When you say came from nothing, what do you mean?
You mean like
saying,
no
like,
means, no money?
Yeah,
no.
yeah. His
Like
dad,
from what area did he?
I forgot where he grew up. Down south.
And I might
He's
try to
down
be
south.
smart, but there's a reason why I'm saying it. But go ahead.
He's down south somewhere. I forgot exactly where they're from. But I'm saying they didn't have it. They didn't
South
have it like that.
Carolina.
South Carolina, yeah. And his dad knew his sister was supposed to be nice too.
Oh, really? Does she play in the
She played,
WNBA?
no, she's in college.
Oh, okay.
They said she's nice. So, and then again, do you want that light on you like that? Do you want that smoke? But I guess he pulled a gun on someone.
Where was he? At a club?
I think at a club.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm saying someone sent the message at 50 games. I've not seen nothing to support that yet. But usually the person that sent it to me, they find out from some other sources. I'm trying to find out. So
Oh,
usually
okay.
very good.
Somebody in the chat
go.
said the 50-game suspension isn't official yet.
Well, okay, so
Because he
we
got,
just started
he
it.
took, well, the team gave him 2. Take 2 to
We
take
knew
2
it was
games
more
off.
than 2.
Oh, well, yeah.
More than 2.
Okay.
Well, actually, he said
They said a couple of games.
I'm going to sit out a couple of games.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm gonna sit down. I feel so bad.
But just like they were saying today, that the NBA and all those leagues, anytime the white folks paying you money, they're making sure they have dibs on what you doing, what your friends are doing. If you go into the club, they'll send somebody in the club and have them sit a booth over from you to watch what you do. So if something go down, they can at least say, we were there, we saw it, that didn't happen, or that did happen. So they do have you might as well say spies. And I think people start leaking stuff out because I remember the first time I heard something was the gun, whatever gun he pulled out.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be something with the Indiana Pacers staff.
Yeah.
One of his boys
Oh,
pulled
wow.
out something.
We can't. The phones. Nick lost the phone.
He left it home.
Yeah, left it home. So,
Turn the phones on.
Turn the phones on.
so
The phone is on, Corey. We can't hear it because it's not.
It's ringing at the other house.
pretty much, he
A
left
whole
it.
nother
down.
show was ringing. So they're saying that he got a 50-piece, Nick. Suspended
Well,
for
they're
50.
saying allegedly so far.
He should. I think.
Damn.
Because you need to send the message to whoever else.
Nah,
is.
I don't believe in sending no message.
Well,
and all that.
that's
That,
what
like,
it
you
is.
ain't my father, niggas. You ain't gotta send no message. But
It's not to send a message to be the dad. It's to tell everybody else. Put them
This is
guns
what
down.
happens when you.
I don't think that should be either. But I just think any business, like I don't care if you work at Target, like if you work
Sure.
if you don't work at a gun range, if you're not a
Right.
police
Why do you have a
officer,
gun at work?
And at the club at that.
Because the moment you take any job, you're representing that brand.
Right.
So unless that brand has an association with guns, I think for any business, they should take the same actions. Like, bro, we don't slang guns, nigga. We don't. And made it even worse was it'd be different if he did it in his house. That'd be fine, right? Then Memphis, I'm pretty sure the gun laws are pretty relaxed in Memphis, right? So that's fine. But the fact you be in public at a club, just pulling it out, I've seen people get shot at for that. Just having a gun. And you ain't got to point it at nobody. If I know you have one, they might just shoot just because you got a gun.
And I'm pretty sure it's more. If you think about suspending anyone for that amount of time, there's more stuff that you're going to bring out.
No,
Because that's just the stuff we know about.
He's ignorant, for sure. And I'm saying ignorant, and I mean ignorance in a definitional way. Like he chooses not to understand or want to know. Because I don't he's at this point he has a $200 million deal.
That's just the
It's
contract.
already been signed, so it's not like
The
something
extension.
you're hoping happen. It's already been signed.
Not
Right.
to add the Nike deal and everything.
And everything
So-
else.
What do you have to do with? I've never agreed with Stephen A. Smith. This is the only time I agree with him. All the thug life stuff
Hello.
is such BS, man. Like, and it's so sad that kids who would never have the opportunity he's have are actually living that life and trying to get out of it. And for him to make fun of it and to play is not. I got a cousin who just died being in a gang. You know what I'm saying? I got tons of cousins who died personally from being in gangs. They didn't have a choice to join a gang. Ain't no option in Cali. A lot of places you grow up. So for him to play like that, for people who are really involved in it, that's just goofy. Like I can't respect it. I can't understand it. You ain't cool. You ain't tough. There's no way you get to the NBA being a thug. It's literally impossible. All
Not
my
anymore.
gang banging home. No, it's impossible.
No,
All
I'm saying not anymore. There was a lot of thugs before.
No,
man,
it
but
wasn't.
You can't do it now.
No, all the homies I knew that was real gangsters, they could all hoop, but you can't blend the two.
Yeah.
No, I'm
can't blend
going
the two.
further back. Motherfuckers was crazy going to the league.
Yeah,
Niggas-
but we're not talking about crazy.
Right,
We're
right.
talking about
I'm talking about a real
actual
gangster,
drug dealers.
a real tough guy.
There's some niggas that was
Like if you
nice.
there's no tough guys in the NBA. It's impossible.
Yeah.
You have to
weed it out.
dedicate
I
too
mean,
much time to
and I
basketball.
agree totally with you. I don't mean to
Yeah,
make it seem
yeah.
like I'm diverting from that. It's just, and what even added was stupid,
Right.
fucking stupid, is that you don't know not to show that shit on social media.
Well, I would
Such a
assume
social media
I
could be
think
the
I
devil.
think,
That
I think in
is
life,
just beyond
That's
me.
dumb.
I think
Anybody
when you
doing
do
it
dumb
now is
shit, you've
fucking-
done it before, and you
Yeah.
just was never called
Caught.
out on it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but him and his
You
homies.
start to feel invincible.
If you watch
Yes.
that, like you were saying, Pops, this is not the first time. So they've been running an investigation on this guy for a year.
Yeah.
yeah, the said there's still Colorado.
They
police
said
still
this might
invincible.
be he might mess around and get a RICO case.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Because the boys he's running with are doing extra stuff in Memphis. They done been in shootouts and all kind of stuff already in
Wow.
Memphis. So the FBI are looking at them. That's why he had to go sit down. Because the FBI probably called the NBA like, hey, check this out. Tell your mans go sit down and we're going to wrap it up. The whole thing. So,
We're in the process of wrapping him up, so y'all
Yeah.
better figure it out.
yeah, either have him sit down or we're just going to wrap the whole
So
thing
what
up.
do you
Tell
guys
them
think
come
is
in the
going to
office
happen?
and
Okay,
talk to us and tell
so-
us where these motherfuckers is
50
at.
games is a lot. That's pretty much a season.
But
the
what happens
the
with his
precedent was set
contracts?
with Gilbert Arenas. The precedent was set with Gilbert Arenas.
That's what
True
Gil got.
that.
50.
He got 50 games, and then he never came back after that.
Yeah,
Did
he came back. He came back.
It
a
wasn't
little
the
bit.
same. It wasn't the same.
He wasn't the same, but he fucked his knee up too. Remember?
Yeah, Gil dropped 60 on Kobe. He was coming back to the NBA. They not letting that go.
Yeah.
He just go all
And
60.
you would see
He was
it's
playing for the
18
Wizards.
games left, so you take 18 off the 50, so that's 32. And then you
doing
take
math.
32
Let's
off
do
of that.
No, he
and
ain't.
he'll
He
catch
just saying
the last. He gets
No,
the-
he
just
used to
saying
sell dope,
numbers.
so he knows how to do math.
He's just saying.
Dope and dominoes, nigga can count.
32 plus 12, 46.
carry the 4.
No, I was
Just
saying,
throwing
if
numbers
you,
out.
Seymour, if you, she was like, "Oh, we need the phones." I said, "She can go. She got my number. She can call my phone, and then I'll put it up if she wants
Yeah, I
to."
can plug it into.
Yeah, plug my phone in, and then we can do it from there if you want.
I mean,
All right, Nikki's Pam number is-
Jalen Rose's video is very pointed too, because Jalen said I was like that,
Oh, yeah, I love
and
James Conner.
you know that
Jalen
stuff
had
he
a
got
drinking
because he got
party, a drinking
no, but
problem.
remember he got caught. I think he was in Michigan. He got caught going over in the crack house and got busted.
What was he
They got
doing in the
raided.
crack house? Crack?
No, but his
There's only
homies
one
was
thing
in
to do at the crack house.
Ask Bam. I'm sorry.
You're not visiting the
Wow.
home. nigga.
He was, yeah.
We'll close that screen though, so we don't. That doesn't
But
come through.
the motherfuckers get caught up into that bullshit.
I don't know how to
man.
do that. Nikki Pam got one of them
You
phones.
know how to plug a phone up?
She don't have.
She don't have an iPhone. She's got an Android.
There are iPhone people in there.
Yeah.
Hold on, see one sec.
People with
Logging out.
bullshit.
Okay, go ahead, Speedy, answer.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Praise the Lord. Look at the favor of God.
You VIP.
Happy birthday, baby mama.
Thank
My birthday was
you.
Saturday.
Team Pisces in the building.
And
So?
Nick, quit hating. March Pisces are
So?
the best Pisces.
You know what I'm saying? You better tell them.
God hates your birthday.
You better
I
tell
just
them.
wanted to speak, Nick. I know that Mark just mentioned, Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose said that he was John Morant. And also Dez Bryant, spoke out too. We are
Lord.
talking about him, and everybody's talking about he's stupid. He's 23. But what I do want to say right quick, because, Nick, you brought up the fact and I wish Juan's a little messy asses in the studio today.
I know you
With his
don't.
fake
Oh,
statistics.
single moms. But that nigga got an active father. John got an active
He has
father in
both
his
parents.
life, and he fucking up.
And his mom.
He has both parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to point that out. That's not the single black mom.
Went
fucking
to a
up for
private
him.
school.
Oh, he
Yeah,
did.
But-
one
Wow.
always slipped through the crack now, but keep going, see.
Oh, now it's the one.
Speedy, you
No
slipped through the
tattoos
crack,
till
and
he
even
got
though
to the
you're a
NBA,
heavy set man, you slipped through the crack, and you had your mom and dad in the home. Praise God. So you should understand too, and you're older. So he's 23. We all know when you think about childhood development and everything like that like the frontal lobe. Mark, you were an intelligent guy.
They're trying to hear
Is
that.
he?
Frontal lobe is
Allegedly.
fully
Girl, where you getting
developed
this
until
information?
the age of 25 or
Next to you
26.
motherfuckers, I'm a
That's-
genius.
That's the part of the brain that deals with consequences and impulse and stuff like that.
I don't believe
Right.
He's
True.
23. Like even
Oh,
Shannon
young.
Sharp, non-talking ass, he said it's a good thing. It's nothing catastrophic. Nobody was hurt. Hopefully he would get the, wake up call to let me go somewhere and sit my ass down. I'm wilding.
Mm-hmm.
So
But if you can, Nick, please find Jalen Rose. It is short.
I
the
watched it
video
this
and
morning.
share that
It was about
because
2
it's
minutes,
Very
yeah.
important.
It's very-
It was good.
yeah, because I heard him saying that he was that person back in the day, and then such and such was, and whatever. But at the end of the day, back when Jalen was there, it wasn't no social media. It wasn't no record of whatever.
That shit he did hit the news though.
Right.
Yeah, but
So
it
that's
hit
all.
the news.
That's all I really wanted to say. Like, I don't want to throw him out, throw him away. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying? He's
no, we don't do
23.
that,
He's a
yeah.
kid.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Hey,
No.
real
That's a
quick
good
before you
point.
go, can you explain to Speedy what poignant means?
Thank you.
No,
Sid.
he'll never get it.
Thank you,
Speedy ain't right. He is not right. You
Hilarious.
ain't right. Speedy.
Ma'am,
Trying to help you out, Ike.
Pam didn't have that many minutes for you to explain that.
You got a prepaid iPhone.
Yes.
Right.
He's running up her minutes.
That's funny. Yeah, but I mean, it's sad, you know, and it's gonna be a hard motherfucking lesson. You're gonna have to hit that come to Jesus moment.
And if I'm not mistaken, Nick, you don't get a check, right?
No, he get paid. Yeah, no,
Not for the suspension.
They're not gonna. Yeah, he gonna get paid.
You're not
And
get-
with
you
the
ain't
suspension,
getting
he
paid.
will. Or
Yeah.
what about like?
I thought that was the whole
paid.
reason
He's not
for
getting
suspending
paid.
you.
He's not
No,
getting
no,
paid.
that he didn't violate the NBA's conduct, right? So if he would have brought the gun, and
didn't?
said, no. This is the thing. If you do something outside of if you break the NBA contract, they can mess with your money.
Right.
But if you
But no,
do-
we're
if
saying
you
he's
do
not going to
something
get
moral,
paid for the games as he's off. He's not getting those game
He's
checks.
still getting paid.
No, he's not getting those game
He's
checks.
gonna get paid, bro. Y'all tripping. This guy,
I'm not
this
the
guy.
one paying him.
I know. I understand what you're saying. So maybe the average NBA player wouldn't get paid. This guy's the face of the. They're trying to make him the face of the NBA.
And not no more.
Yeah.
They
They're-
trying to make
they're
him the
trying to
face of
That's why they send him home
Smith
so
and
that he
Wesson.
don't blow it. They've invested so much. Like these kids love Ja Morant. I asked Brooklyn like a year ago. I was like, "Look, who's that guy?" He said Ja Morant. I was like, "Nigga, what? Ja Morant?" But to these kids, he's Allen Iverson.
Oh wow.
So just imagine if you were the NBA, right, and you went through Allen Iverson, so you can see how this is going to end, and you can go, you know what? How could we could have fixed Allen Iverson. We could have made Allen Iverson the face of the NBA and made $1 trillion off this kid if we would have just stepped in and said, hey, don't do this. Hey, maybe not this. Hey, sit down for it. But so they're doing that with Ja Morant saying, hey, look, man, we're not going to let you blow this.
Yeah, they got to fix
that's
his
an interesting
image.
point you bring up. As I say this because Allen Iverson is something else he started. Jordan was somebody that David Stern picked and put in that light and created that around him. They weren't expecting Allen Iverson to just be that naturally.
Right, right.
Motherfuckers just
Right.
gravitated to Allen Iverson.
Right.
And all of a
Because
sudden,
he was
like,
relatable.
Yeah.
100%.
right. But again, the marketing was there now because the table was set after.
Is that why
the
you
window.
let your hair go? Because you like Michael Jordan?
I did. And I tried to shave it and try to be dark skinned too.
Didn't work.
Didn't work. I was too pretty to be dark skinned.
I'm hoping that Ja's dad steps in there because
Well, he got
as
that.
much as he's always stepping up at the
23.
game,
What
and
was I gonna say?
yeah, but no, I think
Shit.
I
He needs
wanna
to work
know.
on his image.
It
They're
gotta
going to
be
have to
a-
do a
Yeah, how do
whole
you-
image.
They got to be his homies.
He's got to do it. Has he done an apology, like a fake? You know, how they
No, he did-
everybody.
he did
He
yesterday.
did a fake
He
apology.
He did? Okay.
yesterday.
It got to be his partners though. Like when I was coming up, my homies, I knew what you always had a knucklehead homie around you. You know, like if I roll with this nigga, I know we getting into something.
It's going to be
It's
trouble.
always one dude like that, and then you have your homies who gonna check you, and like, hey, and I always kept those people around. Like my boy D, he don't care. He'll fight me. Like if I'm wrong, he not gonna let me go down. Like he don't care. He'll fight me right there on the spot. He not gonna let me be a sucker. So I think you got to keep people around you like that, and then you got to peep and see who trying to bring you down. All your homies may not want you to get so big that you get away from them.
Right.
Right.
That they can't touch you no more. They can't come visit your house. You know, like for like Fox went from right there on Ventura. Everybody just
Encino.
pull up willy nilly.
Encino.
And all of a sudden, nigga, it's a trip, nigga, to get
Yeah,
there.
to the
You
big
got that
gates.
gas money. You
The
got
pearly
to know,
gates,
You got to
nigga.
know somebody.
And too,
Gotta have a code and the
So-
password.
right.
too,
So-
Niggas turn around at Topanga. Nigga, fuck this shit.
with that thought, because if you look at LeBron, totally different. He empowered all them zoos around him.
Right.
So they all understand that, hey, we not only representing LeBron, we representing ourselves because I'm running this company, he's running that, he's doing this person's doing that. And each one of them were like, hey, yeah, he told them, nigga, if I make it, we all make it. And I think with John's people, he probably the dude with the money. He's sliding them a little money here and there.
We all made it.
instead
Then
of,
they should have been looking out for
instead
him
of-
better than what they
no,
did.
but
Right.
they're not sliding him that. He's not giving them that kind of money.
It don't matter.
But
Pops.
little, if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
ain't got
Yeah, I
shit,
feel
that's
you.
something.
Dave Brown, Johnny Mack, Tyron Turner. If you ever around Fox and you doing some goofy stuff, and they see
We'll
you
grab
doing
you.
it, they gonna check you.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we don't do that here.
No.
Right.
Not here, nigga.
True that.
You gonna mess the whole thing up, nigga.
Right.
And it ain't even they thing.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I feel like you have, and I feel like Seymour is giving. I'm not giving young black men no way out. I feel like we're more intelligent than all these other races of people out there. And I
Facts.
feel like we're better than them. So I feel like we got to
Facts.
hold ourselves to higher
racism.
standards. It is.
We are.
And not put
Mark.
it, no, this is a fact though. This is actually a fact. And not keep putting ourselves on the bottom and lowering the bar.
Right.
We don't have no weak frontal mental lobe. We ain't got that. That's made up, nigga.
Right.
That's junk science.
it ain't gonna work for us in court.
It don't matter if
Fake
it wasn't court.
news.
The
It's my impression of Jamie Foxx.
the proof that it's fake is you just mentioned it. LeBron James. This is a man way worse than John Morant's situation because they told him at 16 he got to be the one. They put the pressure on this kid at 16 for him to.
Front cover of Sports
He put
Illustrated.
the blueprint for everybody.
Yep.
Nobody ain't got excuse no more. Anybody can sit back and look at LeBron and go, you know what? I can get my friends, send them off to school, have you go into marketing, have you go into sports agency, and then we could build this. He laid the blueprint.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to follow it, that's,
Then you
that's
out.
your
I was gonna
business.
say that's
You
the
out.
thing. He had friends
Where
who were
his
willing
friends
to
are just
follow.
partying. they in the club.
No, that's not true, Mark. This is my era. I grew up around these
They're
people.
not followers.
No, LeBron James did that.
He put them all through
told
school.
them.
But I'm saying they had to be They had to be able to receive that and say, okay, I'm going to follow.
Yeah, but I gotta say it.
Right.
gonna
No,
receive
no.
whatever.
I'm saying
Josh
that don't
Friends
mean
gonna-
that motherfuckers gonna follow him.
They gonna do whatever Josh say because he the breadwinner. If he say, look, dog, we all because that's what I'm saying, Mark. You could look at early pictures of John Morant. He wasn't super thug.
No.
Well, yeah, both parents
I was gonna
was
say
like
it's funny because there's a video on IG where they do the playover of Eminem on 8 Mile when he was when he did the battle with the guy and showed motherfucker you really ain't this. You
Right.
name is Myron. You went to a private school, so they showing all. They showing the school he went to, which was the private. They show his family. They show him with his little kid looking all cute and wholesome with his mom and dad at the house. You trying to play a role. And motherfucker, you ain't come from that. And that was the thing I'm saying. Ja didn't even really come from that.
That's why he getting caught up in it
Yeah.
because anybody who really do that, I ain't at the club pulling it out.
I'm not figuring who are these motherfuckers that are his
He's
homies?
breaking all the codes.
It's not his homies though. It's him.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If I know this, like.
He's
Yeah,
wilding.
if you become the man in it don't matter if you really the man. If you become the man in your squad and your crew of friends, they're gonna follow whatever you say. So he gotta step up and say, listen. He can't say if y'all want to. He gotta say, no, this is what you do. This is what you do. And if you don't want to do that, you gotta go that way.
And they never would have even showed a gun in the club.
If I would have seen my
Period.
partner with a gun, he the bank, I'm slapping
Oh,
the gun out
God,
your hand.
for
Bro. We
real?
strapping right, bro, you crazy?
For real. Oh, sorry.
Right.
You
What
gon-
what are you doing?
Like I'm investing my time, nigga. And
Right.
You don't
You
do
gonna
this.
bring it all down for everybody.
Nigga, I'm
and-
going
and you're right.
postal.
Because
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
about it.
You know what I would do to
Anybody
Brooklyn?
go to jail.
If I seen Brooklyn messing up, I'd be like, bro, you know how many games we done drove to, nigga?
Right.
It's not, this ain't your dream no more.
Right. We all invested.
We all in.
We all invested.
You don't get to fumble
turn
this
it
shit
back
line.
But you're right though,
Nigga.
Nakia. I just sent it to you.
Yeah, you don't get
can
to
call
fumble
phone.
at the line, bro, and everybody investing. Like we
But-
got a video of his dad working him out. So how do you not think about that? before
Right.
John Morant didn't get himself there. Like there's a whole boat of people that he's kind of I don't know the guy, but it looks like he's forgetting about those people and just doing him. You know what I'm saying? And that
And just
sucks.
hanging out with dudes who didn't have
Probably
that
ain't
mindset.
pass a basketball,
Yeah.
Pop.
And they nigga, this is what we do. And he said, yeah, niggas. And it's like I said, you can say what you want about LeBron.
He's not gonna get
he
traded,
took
Steve.
care of all his guys, every
Yeah.
single one
Yeah.
of them dudes that he went to high school with. That he knew they not gonna make
Hold
it,
on.
but I will.
Wait, but this thing, I don't want to say that though, because this one thing I know for a fact. He didn't take care of them dudes. He gave them an ultimatum.
We have to take
Out
it out of
because
there.
he says this in an interview. Like he knew at 16 he recognized it was a business. He's in high school. He played all his high school games in arenas. They had to play at Ohio State. So
Right.
at 16, he knew like, oh, they making $1 million every time I play basketball.
Right.
So he said he told his partners, this is the plan. If you not with this, you have to go that way.
Right.
So anybody who
but
chose
they
to stay
still
around
have to.
him,
They still have to make the conscious choice. They did make the choice to go along with what he said.
Right.
No, don't get me wrong. It's impressive the fact that
Rich
he
Paul.
mandated that and put that to them. But there are still other human beings. They were willing to take that, accept that,
Nick,
and
I
do
mean,
what they
I'm
need to
sorry,
do.
Mark. So you're trying to tell me if your friend about to blow up and he said, "Hey man, this is how what's what we gonna do?" That you would think about. Well, I don't know if that's what I want to do.
Right.
Hold on. We're not making. It's not
No, I'm
that
asking-
cut and dry.
I'm asking
How
a
many of y'all
question.
don't know motherfuckers that you fucking
No, I'm
give
not
them
talking
the
about that.
fucking
I'm
blueprint
asking
and they
you.
walk away from it?
I'm asking you. I'm saying if someone
talking about
came,
you personally.
you personally, and I let's just say I said, bruh, I need you to go to take the directing class. You would say, nah, ain't what I want to do.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm
What
a
I'm saying is
stand-up.
there's motherfuckers out there that's like that though. I'm not everybody, and everybody ain't like me.
Yeah,
Point.
point,
Got a point, yeah.
You round.
Everybody ain't like you. Well, you round and that shit, you the same thing. Fucking circumference.
Didn't work. Anyway, so she'll call in whenever she said after.
But no, I mean, I'm saying,
but,
you
but
know
I just hope he gets
everybody's not
together.
like
I
that.
hope it ain't 50 games. I think that's a bit much.
Nah, that's
There's
cool.
gonna be 50
50
games.
not bad. That's cool.
50 is what
It
I
could
thought
have
it
been
was
worse.
going to
Pop,
be.
he had a gun in the club. That's the worst way to
And
have a gun.
it might still be worse.
You
Yeah,
know,
there could be some stuff we don't know
somebody
about.
had said in the
Unfortunately,
chat
I
room, I
hope
don't have
not.
it in front of me right now because my phone's hooked up, but somebody said there was a football player that he paid his friends to basically go away so that he can concentrate on football.
Yeah.
I don't know who that was.
But I think you know what I think these are.
Which is actually
I think
pretty
these are
smart.
new friends. These can't be people he grew up with because me and you know that routine of, and you know, Mark, when your son was trained or waking up in the morning to go train, he was going because them niggas have been hanging out a long time. He was at the gym. He was at AAU games. That shit is a lot. You don't have too much time to yourself to hang out with some
more people in
knuckleheads.
common.
Because even when the knuckleheads come around, his dad would have been like, "Nah, he got a gang. Excuse us, young man."
No, they show up when the money's there. They'll
That's what I
show
mean.
back up when the money's there.
Yeah.
They see, oh man, he going to play ball because you know guys in the street they're like, oh he got.
But
a
he
chance
didn't
to
grow
make
up
it.
in the streets.
Well, I'm just saying, even when guys are in the street, they see this guy got a chance to make it. We're gonna protect him. No, you can't even be in the game.
Yeah.
Go make that.
Yeah.
Then when you do make it, hey man, remember we used to protect your ass. We need some of that money.
Yeah, that
You
might
know, we need-
that's
I
different.
got-
They circle
I got
back.
a good
But see,
business
that's
idea. but-
different than the dude that's with you in the VIP with
Chris
the gun.
Carter. That's what they said. Otherwise, I don't know who Chris Carter is. But
Oh, he
that's-
played for
You know
Eagles.
Chris Carter.
No, I don't watch football.
He was on Soul Train.
He knows the funk.
All right, what else? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, one. No,
I did. No, that was it because we talked about the other thing, train thing. He was gone.
Yeah, to end on that though, I think that if you the breadwinner in your crew, instead of telling your homies like, "Hey man, you got to do something,"
cut them niggas
it's
off.
better. No, I wouldn't say that. It's maybe give them a job, right?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times you would just be in the circle, and you don't know what you could do, or what you may be good at, or you've never been a manager or agent or some of his friends. Who knows what they've done? I don't know if they've been to college, with school, with I don't know. Who knows? They may not have the confidence to do it. So I feel like if you're the leader, you gotta set that up and go, look, I know this nigga's good at fighting. Hey, you should start a security company.
Right.
We need security every time we go out. You hot-headed anyway,
Yeah.
nigga.
Get your certificate
They're
or
gonna,
whatever.
they're gonna give me money to pay a security guy. So
Why not?
Might as well
Right.
be you.
We gotta take a plane. Hey, bro, go get your pilot's license. I'm gonna buy a little jet. You fly the team, nigga, and now we good. Like I just don't understand why the leader of the situation is not making these.
I mean,
I don't believe these are his real friends. I believe these niggas that
But
came
I'm saying,
along
even if you're not,
later.
you could just be around me. Even if you're not my friend. If I'm dealing with that kind of money, and I'm the business, like I'm the source of the
You're
money.
the wallet.
Yeah.
You're the wallet.
Hey man, if you around me, you gotta have a job.
Right. Oh, I totally agree.
Cause I'm a job.
Yeah. You can't keep asking me for drink money.
If nothing's happening,
Right.
but even if we all hang out with Nikki Pam and she's a superstar, she worth $25 million.
Right.
I'm not gonna be as cautious as she is places because I'm not gonna lose $25 million.
Right.
So if I'm gonna be hanging out with her, I have to have something at risk. It can't just be Nikki Pam. She can't be the only one going. If something go bad, I'm gonna be responsible.
I'm taking all the fall.
You gotta
I'm taking
be
all the
everybody around me. Got to be like, hey, ain't nobody trying to take no L's to go back. So we all gotta.
let me ask this.
Tighten up.
I'll put this to you. So we talk about how people that are young and they come into this money. You look back at us. You get the contract, Speedy. 20 years old.
Woo.
Your mic's on.
You know you're gonna do something crazy, something stupid. Think about yourself back then. What we had done.
At
$200 million, 23 years old.
Shit, fuck that. 80 million.
You got the contract.
Look, from being broke, same thing.
I wouldn't have done that crazy. At
So you
20.
wouldn't have had crazy Twinkies.
I mean, at 23.
Wait, no, we don't have to
How
guess.
many more kids would you
We
have?
don't have to guess about it. What were you actually doing?
Yes, put a double.
Pop, what were you doing
More
at 23?
kids.
At 20. Well,
It says
Donald.
echo.
We don't want to talk about that on air. It was some John Morant talk.
What were you doing at 23?
I just had Donald.
She was having kids.
Fucking
Oh, that was number one, ain't it?
Unsafe sex.
I was making people. And
making promises. Yeah, baby, I'm gonna stay.
Were you telling jokes yet?
I didn't get into comedy until
Lying.
80, 89.
How old were you though? We can't do the math in here.
Hilarious.
How old was that?
29.
That means you gonna put
29.
together the whole. I mean, you nigga. No.
So if I'd have had that kind of, I'd probably have more kids for sure.
Okay, Nikki.
Telling more lies.
Having, man, you have kids. You have a child. Having kids means you're gonna tell more lies.
No.
Oh,
would've
it
been
don't mean
having-
on your side.
No, you would have been having kids and telling lies. That
No, I'd have had money.
That was
I'd have
Everybody.
been, was it Nick Cannon?
Oh, really?
Man.
Early Nick Cannon. Yeah,
Oh,
I'd have-
God.
I'd have more.
judging by that kid on that shirt.
So 8 isn't enough? I'm just asking.
We speaking hypothetically.
Hypothetically, would you want
Hell.
more kids? No, seriously, do you want more
Yeah,
kids?
I love my kids.
I ain't say that. What that got to do with anything?
Right.
That
It
has
don't
nothing to
matter.
do with. We know you love all of them.
If there was another woman that was, say, I might be pregnant. I'd have
At your age now, 61.
Oh, no.
Oh, I would say now you want more kids.
No,
Oh, ooh, you ain't gonna be here, man.
Oh, Tony
You
Randall.
gonna see
Oh,
what
Tony
happens.
Randall last nigga.
Yeah.
80.
Oh, my
Like
God.
for real, he be
Speedy, you finna die, son. You ain't gonna see the next kid graduate.
I was like, he ain't gonna
Junior
see-
high.
She said like he ain't gonna see the birth of the next child. Like any day now, Speedy, any day. You want another one?
Damn, nigga, you damn sure made it morbid.
Why you looking at me like that? Nikki said it.
Oh, way to throw me under the bus.
I'm
Keep
just
throwing
saying.
mud on me.
No, I'm gonna keep going. So, Speedy, if you had one more child, what would you do?
Houdini, nigga.
That nigga made it through.
What were you doing in 23?
Nakia, here, hold on.
Ooh, shit. Well, I mean,
You was in
that's-
D.C., right?
Nakia.
I was in D.C. and I just started doing stand-up then.
So, what do you think you would have took a trip or something? What was your mindset?
No,
at
I love
23?
traveling. Don't get me wrong, but I
what was
know
your
I
mindset?
would have spent money. I just spent the shit.
But you was hanging out with some rough niggas, right?
No, not really.
No?
Mm-mm. I mean, you met my boys, man. I'd have took care, looked out for them, my family, but I ain't know shit about money, man. And for me,
Yeah.
I'd have been having some nice looking shit, broke in the motherfucker.
You know what is really
I'm gonna slow
interesting?
down after this check.
When we all were growing up, I don't know how old you are, Deshaun, but me, you,
We all had
our
to grow up. That's why we're here.
But our parents taught us nothing about money, nothing about
didn't know.
finances. We weren't taught about school. We weren't taught
very
about
true.
debt. We weren't taught about
You
credit
teach your
cards.
kid- Oh,
Did what?
no.
Shut up. I know what you was going to say, nigga. But we weren't taught those type of
Your
things.
kids in heaven.
I'm talking about my parents, nigga.
That's what your mama would have done.
We have a call. Call her what your name and where you call her from.
Quickly skated from there.
Here from the bay.
Hey,
Hey,
Nakia.
Nakia.
Hi, Nakia.
Hi, Nakia.
Hey, baby mama, happy birthday.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Mark. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So
Good,
Nakia spoke to
good,
me.
Good.
I'm happy
Hey,
now.
Speedy.
Speedy getting jealous, Nakia. Say hi
I
to
know.
him too.
I was like,
Hey, look.
Why are you getting jealous?
you know how he is.
Hey, honestly, Nakia
I
spoke to
still
me. I'm
love
done. I'm
you.
gone. Sell it.
You got to go? Okay. Well, I thought you were really going
Oh, I thought you really.
usually leave around
I'm
Mark.
about to do like this. Whew.
Nigga, tell all my
I was
business.
gonna
Go
do the
ahead.
fake.
He about to come do some
not
bad
gonna say-
calls somewhere on somebody's game.
What's up, Nakia?
Well, Speedy, if you, if you were to still be at what you were doing when you were 23, nigga, you would be worse than Speedy J and Nick Cannon combined.
Oh, Stevie J, you mean?
Stevie.
I was about to say, who is Speedy J?
So I was like, who's Stevie J? He's Stevie J. Yeah, Stevie J still making babies.
How many
Oh,
kids you
word?
got?
A lot. Like, he's still making babies.
Shout out to Stevie J.
I think she had 10 or something.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
I didn't.
good.
You know what? I don't know if I knew that.
What is wrong with having kids?
Yeah, what's wrong with having kids? I don't understand the
That's what we're
problem.
supposed
You have to have
put on
the
this-
Okay, there's
You
nothing.
can't answer that really to say what's wrong with having kids.
Yeah, Pam.
No, I'm saying.
But I
words
knew
you
I
can't
didn't have the
answer.
money to take care of
Who
them.
told you that, Nick Panther? You need the money for the kids. Who told you that?
My mama.
Kids need to survive.
Can you
bitch.
can't
Yeah,
they
but
can't
they're
eat
going
off
to
of
survive.
love.
They always.
Listen,
yes,
this is
they
Can't eat off of love.
This is what I'm telling you guys. This is what I'm
They'll
telling you guys.
survive.
That's a
No,
new
they're
way
not.
of thinking. Like, there's always been people on this planet before money.
Okay,
Before
but here,
all
let
these
me
things
say
that you
this.
saying.
But
we-
even knew
these
they
kids
had
won't
money.
But they
have,
weren't living in these times.
It doesn't matter. Kids.
They was
there was
worse
kids
times.
born in the Great Depression.
Yeah, but it was also 10 cents for milk too.
Hey,
While
look,
you're saying
stop
all-
cutting
while
the key
you're
off.
saying
Let her
that-
finish.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead,
While
Nakia.
you're saying that, kids have been here before money, whatever, right? You also have people who call themselves pro-lifers, who are actually not pro-lifers. You're just anti-abortion because as soon as the baby is out the womb, the baby's on its fucking own.
That's still a pro-lifer. The baby's born.
Because,
That's
here's
as far as I'm
Nakia.
concerned.
You know what? A lot of people don't know this. Some people do. Because the government takes a loan out on every kid born. That's why the people in politics want you to have the kids, because the government puts a loan on the kid. It's $170,000 each kid.
And they get paid
but
from your
the
child
kids
support.
don't
Too.
get the money.
No, it goes to the government. That's why they want you to keep having kids.
Yeah, because they're taking care of the kids, allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's why you
They
can get,
ain't taking care of shit.
but that's why you
No.
can get food stamps and stuff.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That ain't shit.
OD Sleepy Look says, Speedy, head crew chief for Winky Dinky Dog.
At 23.
That's funny, Speedy.
That's funny.
Thank you, Nakia.
He said head
Why
crew
you
chief.
wearing
It ain't
that
like
hat,
you.
Speedy?
This haircut's very expensive.
Cost
But it's
$5.
not cute.
It's Fucci.
What's that? Versace?
Fake, no,
Balmain.
fake Gucci.
No, it's
It's
not.
ugly.
That's not even a Gucci print.
It's Balmain.
Yeah.
Is that
It's not
Balmain?
cute.
Yeah. It's
It
very
says Balmain.
expensive.
Let me see the tag.
By who?
Let me stop.
It's very
Balmain.
expensive. You
Let me
don't
see
believe?
the, no, I have to see
You
the
look like
tag.
Charlie Chaplin.
Why would you buy an expensive
I
hat?
do like the hat though. The hat's dope.
Somebody said it was
It
Mike's
is
hat,
Balmain.
and I just
He
thought
ain't
that was
lying.
the funniest thing I heard
So-
all day.
Jamie gave you that.
No.
she hung up.
I mean, he was in the store when I got it, but he
You threw it in his cart.
I threw it in the cart. Hey,
So you
hey.
twist your hair up to put on a very expensive hat.
That hat is dope though. I might have to steal that.
That's kind of.
I don't get that.
It look better on me.
Mark, just say you know what? You should just put "I'm a hater" on your shirt.
I'm not hating. I'm trying to make sense.
It's just
of-
like he got the brim, like the very tip of the brim.
doesn't look very
Flipped up.
expensive on your head. It
He
went
used to
cheap.
wearing Kangos.
Oh, my bad.
Kango from your team.
Kango back in the day.
There you go. That's how you're supposed to wear
There
it.
you go.
He said Drake gave him that hat.
Now you look like you're worth $100.
I did meet Drake, and he did remember my kids, and I thought that was dope.
He didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he had met him when, up in Frisco.
You pushed your kids on them. It's my kids. Come on.
Drake, take a picture
Well,
with my
Jamie took him.
kids.
They your biggest fan.
Jamie took him.
Damn.
He did to meet Drake.
He didn't take you.
He so didn't.
Shit, he taking Micah
Leave
next
the fat
time.
one off the plane. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my bad.
Yeah, I hate this show.
You want me to leave?
I do,
bitch.
nigga. The fans want you to leave. You
No,
won't
they
leave.
like me, man.
Yeah, you won't
Hey,
leave,
look,
Mark.
the kids spoke to me, so I'm winning over the fans.
Good point.
Does she usually not like you?
And the kid
Are you
hates me.
kidding?
She ain't everybody.
You hate Mark Howard.
Yeah, she hates
She loves
Oh,
me.
really?
She loves me. She
There's
loves
at
me.
least 45 fans. that
She hates that she loves me.
Say it again.
She hates that she loves me.
Something like that. But yeah, she hates Mark Howard. And I would say Mark, Vern hates you.
Yeah, Vern definitely hates you, Mark.
Oh, he hit you too?
I think
Vern
if he,
don't know
if,
me
If he
that
ever run it, he ever run into you, he would slap you.
I don't know if he's gonna run.
Open hand. And I think you just get the tip of the
Is
slap.
there another slap other than open hand? What the fuck?
Well, there's a bam, then there's bitch.
Oh, palm him.
Yeah, there's a
Hold
palm.
on, hold on.
He gonna hit him with the tips.
Hold on, he knows the variations of slaps. Do it again.
Bitch.
He gonna hit him with the fingertips.
This nigga been slapping niggas. Bitch!
It is now time for.
What is it?
But I like that one.